3, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Raiders and the Broncos, and
off we go from Denver. This taken in at the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mucked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. From the 29, Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Garoppolo. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Garoppolo on first down. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now it's Wilson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
They run. It's Williams. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Play action. Garoppolo. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Denver's offense now set to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They begin the drive with Williams. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Williams. He takes this for 3 to the 29. 17-0 our score after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Up the middle, it's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Here we go with Williams. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. Here we go. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Here's Smith to return it. All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From just shy of midfield, Wilson over the middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wilson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Greg Dulcich from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. And the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life. But it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Nathaniel Hackett told his offense to stay put. They're going for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Slant to Adams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back. Well, no sooner did the teams get to the locker rooms, and they're running right back out. Halftime over, third quarter, ready to go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. Wilson will throw again. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Wilson. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd and goal, Wilson. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Randy Gregory in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. That's returnable now for Smith. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. He's been a load for them to handle defensively. I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Chris Nagar now for the extra point. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24-13 our score. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Myers.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Fancy footwork in midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 39 yards there, a big one. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Jacobs. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
They go with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Raiders have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Again, Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. To throw is Wilson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. To try again after the sack. Wilson got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Wilson. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Williams is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick from 3 yards out. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone. Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible. So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs. And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raiders heading out to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away? Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Second down, Jacobs once more. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. This is taken around the 12. So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And they will take over 1st and 10. So the Broncos coming out now. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The pass there complete to Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now Wilson on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again here. Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Here we go. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys,